May peace and blessings be upon you all. My name is Rana Abdellatif, and I'm a rising junior at DSSC Bars High School. Yemen is currently going through the worst humanitarian crisis in the last 100 years, and here's what you need to know about it. From kids to adults, from famine to war, from COVID-19 to malaria breakouts, very little help is being given and very little awareness is being raised. This devastation is nothing new and has been ongoing for the last 5 years. 24 million civilians are in need of humanitarian assistance, and 12 million, or half of that, are children. Yemen has been put in such a horrible state due to the current war. Innocent families die every day between conflict with Saudi-led forces and Houthi rebels. 30 million people rely on assistance for basic needs, yet the humanitarian fundings have dropped at an alarming rate. With the ongoing pandemic, the situation has only gotten worse, and as people living in privileged spaces, we must step up. Imagine how much Yemen could benefit if we all use our platforms to raise awareness and help aid families. But instead, we choose to stay silent. There is no disadvantage to helping a human out. Thus, I ask of you to stay tuned during our virtual event to become more aware of the ongoing crisis in Yemen, to understand our vision to this event, and to potentially help aid families through our fundraising portion. Thank you.
The world's largest humanitarian crisis isn't in Syria. It's in Yemen. Thousands have been killed and millions have been displaced so far. The conflict has been going on for years, but it became especially violent in March 2015. That's when the Saudi-led coalition got involved. Now, the poorest country in the Arab region has become the violent playground for regional and international powers. So, how did it all start? After the Arab Spring toppled dictators across the Middle East, Yemenis wanted change too. Their president, Ali Abdullah Saleh, was forced to hand over power to this guy, his deputy Abd Rabbo Mansour Hadi, in November 2011. But the political transition to Hadi failed. There was massive unemployment, food insecurity, suicide bombings, and a separatist movement in the south. All that ended up sparking the war. On the one side, you had the Houthis, a political Shia rebel group, and people loyal to former President Saleh. On the other side, you had forces loyal to the new Hadi government. In 2014, Houthi forces took over Yemen's capital, Sana'a. Early the next year, the Houthis and Saleh loyalists tried to take control of the entire country, forcing Hadi to flee to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia considered the Houthi actions an immediate threat and feared this could be an opportunity for Iran to gain a foothold on their border. Saudi Arabia accuses Iran of backing the rebels, but Tehran denies any involvement. So Saudi Arabia started an alliance and began a military campaign. It's had a devastating impact, with more than 10,000 people killed since February 2014, and forcing more than 3 million people to flee their homes. Several other countries are supporting this alliance with weapons, intelligence, or logistics. Qatar was expelled from that coalition June 2017. The Saudi-led coalition wants to restore Hadi's government, but it's been unable to take back the north of the country, including its capital Sana'a. Meanwhile, fighters from Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula and affiliates of ISIL have taken advantage of the chaos. They seized parts of the south and stepped up their attacks in government-controlled Aden. As in every war, civilians are bearing the brunt of this one. The destruction of infrastructure and restrictions on food and fuel imports means 17 million Yemenis will face famine unless they receive humanitarian help soon. But that's not all. One fear is that international aid isn't getting to those who need it the most, making a cholera outbreak all the more difficult to control. Saudi actions have exacerbated the outbreak, but it can't be blamed on airstrikes alone. The majority of the outbreaks are in Houthi-governed areas, where they've failed to manage the garbage and sewage that's filling the streets. And to make matters worse, 2/3 of Yemenis don't have access to clean water. So, where does that leave us? Little ground has been gained, and several attempts to mediate the conflict have fallen apart. Since neither side shows any sign of giving up soon, Yemen is in a deadlock.
Hello everyone, my name is Salma Altaaib, and today I'm going to be talking to you about our goals while discussing the Yemen humanitarian crisis. First and foremost, it's important to understand what is actually going on in Yemen. As we know, media does not tend to cover the truth behind situations like this. It is important to understand the history of the Yemeni people and their ongoing conflict and civil war with countries such as Iran and Saudi Arabia. When learning Yemen's history, it is important that you are signing petitions and donating under reliable links. Now, when discussing this issue with you, we want you to donate as much as you can to our GoFundMe link. Petitions can go a long way, but donating money is what can truly help. This money will then go towards Islamic relief to provide aid and necessary needs to the Yemeni people. We have come to a conclusion that the most we can do is donate and keep the Yemeni people in our thoughts and prayers. We hope that through this presentation you are more informed on what is going on in Yemen and you understand the severity of the situation. Thank you for listening and peace be upon you all.
Hi everybody, my name is Omar EltayebInsta and I'm part of the team organizing this entire event. I want to welcome you to this section of the video. We mentioned that we do not have a specific goal or donation goal. This is due to the fact we don't know where this event can take us to or lead to us to in the future. This event could surprise us in a lot of ways, but we'll just have to see. Without further ado, let's get into it. No matter your social status, no matter your age, no matter where you come from or where you work at or your race, you've been given an opportunity. The opportunity that isn't handed out in places like Yemen or people caught scattered around the world. This opportunity is to watch this video, to be sitting here and watching us talk about this entire situation in Yemen. Everyone here may not be able to donate to a number of reasons, but what you can do is spread awareness. Everyone can share this video to family, friends, brothers and sisters, and moms and dads. That in itself will bring us a step closer to our goal of helping the people of Yemen. Let's get into the donations. 100% of the money we are getting is going to the dying children, starving families, and broken homes in Yemen. This will be processed through IslamicRelief.org. Islamic Relief is an organization on the grounds of Yemen dedicated to helping the people of Yemen. It's credible and it's reliable. Before I close out and we proceed to Fatima's part with the closing, I want to acknowledge you. You being here. You being here takes us a step closer to help the starving children, dying families, and destroyed homes. Thank you. Thank you for taking the initiative to be here.
Hi, my name is Fatima and I go to Overland High School in the 11th grade. To conclude this presentation, I would like to remind everyone the reason this event took place. Us, the creators of this event, and you, the viewers, are here for the purpose of helping the Yemen crisis, the worst humanitarian crisis in the world. Yemen is dying and the world is silent. World leaders and governments do not care or acknowledge the crisis in Yemen. Most governments even caused it. More than 24 million need assistance, 12 million who are children. Every 10 minutes a child dies in Yemen. We need to act. Please check out the donation links mentioned earlier in this video. I would like to say thank you for taking the time out of your day and to learn more about this issue.